What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of A Self-Aware Narcissist Explains. I am diagnosed narcissist Lee Hammock, and in today's episode, we're going to be talking about how you, as a person dealing with a narcissist or toxic person, how you change throughout a toxic relationship. Stay tuned, like and subscribe for more. Yep, a narcissist or a toxic person will definitely say things like this. You're not the same person you were when I first met you. And if you're new here, I'm a narcissist. Actually, I have narcissistic personality disorder. So during the course of a toxic relationship, you change. So does the narcissist or toxic person, but you do as well. If they're saying things like this to you, then they don't recognize you anymore emotionally, mentally, physically sometimes, and things like that. Sometimes you might have outgrown them, like you start setting boundaries and putting up walls and things like that. You start pushing back and trying to hold them accountable and things like that. It might not be as easy to manipulate anymore, and typically they're not going to like that type of stuff. So we all know that the narcissistic person changes throughout the relationship, but you change as well. So sometimes while you are actually trying to get back to the beginning of the relationship with the person that you fell in love with, so is that narcissist or toxic person. Maybe the intentions of getting back to that beginning point are different, but you're trying to get there nonetheless. So welcome back. You're not the same person as you were when I first met you. So let's first of all, let's get this out the way. If a narcissist, saying this statement does not mean you are a narcissist. It does not prove that you're on one side of the dynamic or the other. It does not mean that you're an empath. It does not mean that you're a narcissist. Intent matters. The intention of these statements matter. A lot of narcissistic and toxic people will say statements like, "You're not the same person I met. You've changed. You're not the same person I fell in love with." They'll say statements like that with the intent on getting you to go back to the person that might have been easy to manipulate, getting you to go back to the person that might be easy to take advantage of, getting you to go back to the person that might have been easy to harm and get away with things, getting back to the person that was just emotionally available to them and allowed a lot of manipulation, that allowed them to get away with a lot of stuff. Intent matters. Yes, is the statement true? Yeah, it doesn't just because they say it. Yeah, there's truth to the statement because you probably have changed. Acknowledging that statement is not a harmful statement. It's not a harmful thing to just say, yes, you have changed. But it's not a bad thing. The narcissist or the toxic person is going to try to paint it as a bad thing, but it doesn't make it a bad thing that you have changed throughout this relationship. Because yeah, sometimes you're going to lose your physical, sometimes you're going to lose your physical, you're going to lose your mental, you're going to lose a lot of stuff. But sometimes that change is not the worst thing. Sometimes that change that you have now is boundaries. Sometimes that change that you have now from the beginning of the relationship, sometimes that's growth. Sometimes that's accountable, trying to hold them accountable. Sometimes it's standing up for yourself. Sometimes it's being able to say the word no to them and not change your mind. Yeah, you're not the same person I met. You're not the same person I fell in love with. That does not have to be a slight. That does not have to be a slight at all, y'all. That can be a positive. They can turn into a positive affirmation because you can say, hey, because the intention of their words does matter, but how you receive it matters a lot too, though. You know what I mean? This shirt right here, like this shirt right here, it just says, "I'm aware." But you know the message behind this, the intent of this shirt is a positive affirmation. I love me. That's what this symbol represents. I love me. I'm healing. I'm aware of everything that's going on around me. It's a positive affirmation. You know what I mean? Intent matters. But how you receive it matters more. So if that narcissistic person is saying, "You're not the same person I fell in love with. You've changed." Just because it's true doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. Have bad things probably happen to you? Yeah, probably. And this is not me trying to diminish what you've been through or to try to diminish your experiences. This is me showing you and acknowledging, yeah, you've been through some stuff. You have. So now you are now I tell this to people all the time. The abuse is on them. The healing is on you. They are the abusive person. You have that's on them. The healing part is on you. Just because somebody says, "You're not the same person I fell in love with. You've changed." And you can say, "Yes, hell yes, I've changed." Yes, I have changed. I'm not the same person that to let you get away with a whole bunch of BS. I'm not the same person that you could run over top of. I'm not the same person that you can cheat on and get away with and have me begging for forgiveness. I'm not the same person that would be begging you to forgive me for holding you. I'm not the same person that would have me begging you to forgive me for holding you accountable for something you have actually done. I'm not the same person that's going to be apologizing for discovering that you've been cheating on me. I'm not going to be the same person. I'm not the same person that's not going to press charges on you if you put your hands on me, or if you break this restraining order, if you harm these children. I'm not the same person that's going to sit back and let this happen. Not being the same person is not necessarily a bad thing. Because yes, you have changed. Yes, we all know, y'all. It's a statement of fact that narcissistic people change throughout the duration of the relationship. It is the absolute statement of fact. It's a factual statement. Yes, as a narcissist, I go back. I turn into my real self. At the beginning of the relationship, as a narcissist, I'm going to be whoever I need to be to get you to fall in love with me, to get you to be with me, to get you to understand me and accept me. But then I get to be myself later on. You, on the other hand, you are yourself up front and you change later on. You see what I'm saying? The dynamic, the starting point, we both start in this relationship at different points. Yes, we start together, but I'm starting as someone else. You're starting as you. When the relationship moves on, I turn into me, you turn into someone else. You see how the dynamic switches. And that's why a lot of times you get into these dynamics where the narcissist is chasing after you. But once the switch happens, you're chasing after them because you want to get back to the beginning. You see how it works, y'all. It's the dynamics of it. How it works, it can be really, really fascinating. But you yourself have to empower you yourself. Yeah, accept the fact that you changed. It doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. When a narcissistic person or a toxic person is using statements like that, you're changed, you're not who I fell in love with, you look at you, rah. They are using those statements as insulting statements to demean you and make it seem like you're not doing enough, to make it seem like you need to change. You need to change back and let me do what I was doing at first. That's how they're using that statement. They're using that statement as empowering to themselves, not to you. You see what I'm saying? You have to empower you. You are responsible for empowering yourself. You absolutely are. So you have to. That's the way things go. I tell these people all the time, you are responsible for you. You just are. So empower yourself on this journey, because if you do not, I'm telling you, you're going to have a long, bad existence dealing with toxic people. You just are. That's the way the world goes, y'all. Yes, you have changed, but that's not necessarily have to be a bad thing. Accept the fact that you changed and work on it. You can work on it to be a better version of yourself. Change sometimes is necessary. You know what I mean? But anyways, y'all, stay tuned for more. Like and subscribe for more. The brand is available. The link is in the description. Like and subscribe for more. And as always, mental illness is out. Peace.